everyone, welcome back to our channel Math Technique. Today we shall again do more practices on percentages. The more you practice, the more perfect you become in the subject. That's the reason I'm doing more and more practice exercises. So it's getting little more complicated type of problems so that you can understand when you get variations in the questions that you have. So let's get onto the board and start with the exercise. So this is the question. So here they have told us that in year 1, okay, the birth rate of a town is 20% and the death rate is 10%, okay, and the year 2, the birth rate is 10%, the death rate is 10%, and the population that's moved out of town is another 10%, okay. So year 0, that is the current situation, the current population, it is 40,000, okay. So now what they are asking us to find out? They are asking us to find out what is the population at the end of year 2, okay. After all these, what is the end of the population in year 2, and represent in percentage form if there is an increase or a decrease in the population from year 0. That is from this 40,000, if there is an increase or decrease in the population. So let's now get onto the board and do the exercise. Okay. So I've given all that is given, I have written on the board. So birth rate means there is a increase in the population and death rate means there is a decrease in the population. Okay. So in the year 1, birth rate in the town is 20%. So the population has increased by 20%. Simultaneously, there is a death rate. So there is a dip in the population. So we have to find the difference of this. Okay. So plus 20 minus 10%. So that is plus 10%. So in the first year, there is an increase by 10%. So year 1, the first year 0, the population is 40,000. Okay. Initial population is 40,000. We have to increase the population by 10%. Okay. So into, first we find out how much is the 10%. So 40,000 is the current population and we have to see how much it is increasing. 10% it is increasing. So 10% of 40,000 we have to check out. So how much will that be? 4 followed by 1, 2, 3 zeros. So population has increased by 4,000 in the year 1. So how do we represent that? So year 1, the population equals 40,000 plus 4,000. 40,000 was the year 0 plus the 4,000 increase in population. That makes it 44,000 people are there currently in the town. Now in year 2, what happened? In year 2, the birth rate is 10%. That means population has increased by 10%. Death rate is 10%. Okay. People who moved out of town is another 10%. So these two are negative values and this is a positive value. So when you find out the difference, what will come? You will tell plus 10 minus 20. So the answer is, you find the difference, it will become minus 10%. So in year 2, what happened? There is a dip in the population by 10%. Okay. So at the end of year 1, you have the population as 44,000 people. So again, in year 2, what happens? We have to find this dip in the percentage of 10% of 44,000 because already year 1, the population has increased by 44,000. Okay. So we find the 10% of 44,000. How much that does come? 44 followed by 2 zeros. So the population has dipped by 4,400 people. So how do you do that? So from 44,000, we are dipping 4,400 people. So that is 693. So your question is, what is the population at the end of year 2? At the end of year 2, the population is 39,600. This many people are there in the town. Okay, I hope you are clear. So this is your answer 1. Okay. Now there is another part to this question. Represent in percentage form the increase or decrease in the population from year 0. So what was year 0? Year 0, our population of this town was 40,000. Year 2, the population has come down to 39,600. That means the population has dipped. So year 0, the population was 40,000. Year 2, the population has dipped by how many? 400 people it has dipped. When you find the difference, you get 400. Okay. So, we have to find the percentage of this dip. They have not asked you to tell how many people by how many people the population is reduced. They have asked to find the percentage of it. So here you have found the number of people who have reduced. So how do you find the percentage? So for that the formula is the reduction in population, that is the difference between year 0 and year 2 divided by original. What is your original? 40,000 divided by 40,000 into 100. Why? We have to represent in percentage. Okay. So the difference divided by original into 100. That is when you get the percentage. So when you do this, 400 by 400 makes it 1. So it is 1%. So there is a dip by 1% in the population in this town. So this is a negative number. So you have to put a minus. Okay. So there is a dip. So it is a minus 1% is the dip. So this is your answer 2. So there are two parts in this. First is they have asked you find out what is the population by the end of year 2. And second is what is the increase or decrease in the population. So here we have a decrease in the population in this town and the decrease in population is by 1%. I hope you understood this problem. You can get variations of this in your exercises. Kindly do, if you have any doubts, do comment in a comment section below, and do like, subscribe our channel, and have a nice day. Thank you and bye to all.